There's a prison where billionaires dine better than Elon Musk. And no, that's not an exaggeration. Inside these walls, luxury doesn't stop, it simply changes uniforms. From designer meals to private medical care, some billionaires turn prison into a high-end retreat. To understand how deep this rabbit hole goes, we need to explore the prisons that bend but don't break when money walks in. And it starts with a Ponzi king who turned prison into his personal fortress. Segment 1. Alan Stamford, the Ponzi king who built a fortress. Meet Alan Stamford. Once a self-made billionaire, he ran a $7 billion empire. He owned a private Caribbean island, a jet, even a global cricket league. But his empire? A lie. In 2009, the SEC exposed Stanford's Ponzi scheme, one of the largest in history. He was sentenced to 110 years, but prison didn't strip away his luxury. Instead, it morphed. At FCY Allenwood, a medium-security prison, Stanford lived apart from chaos. Reports say he paid staff, leveraged connections, and secured better living conditions. He received premium medical care, regular visits from private physicians in a place where others waited months. He stayed connected to lawyers, business associates, even potential deals. He lived in near isolation for privacy, and guards gave him a level of respect most inmates never see. Stanford's prison life wasn't brutal. It was buffered. Even as his fortune vanished, he used what remained to cushion his fall. Segment 2. Elizabeth Holmes, from tech icon to prison camp comfort. Next up, Elizabeth Holmes. Once the youngest self-made female billionaire, Holmes promised to revolutionize blood testing with Theranos. But her tech empire was built on lies. She was sentenced to 11 years. She now resides at FPC Bryan, Texas, a federal prison camp nicknamed the Chanel of prisons. There are no bars, no walls, no cells. She wakes in a dorm with natural light and shares a room with other inmates. There's a craft room, yoga sessions, and weekend family visits. She eats cafeteria meals, not gourmet, but far from prison horror stories. She has email access, regular calls, and time with her husband and child. She even works a light prison job, more structure than punishment. Some inmates admire her, some say she doesn't belong. But in a place designed for non-violent white-collar offenders, Holmes's prison life feels more like a wellness retreat. Segment 3. Bernie Madoff, the billionaire who built a clubhouse behind bars. Then there's Bernie Madoff. His Ponzi scheme, $65 billion stolen, was the biggest in US history. He was sentenced to 150 years, yet what followed wasn't pain. It was routine. At FCI Butner, a prison with a top medical center, Madoff lived in relative peace. Inmates didn't hate him, they respected him. Some even sought financial advice. He worked in the library, he exercised, read, and managed his time like a business. He received first-class medical care, medication on time, chronic conditions monitored, luxuries rare in prison. During COVID, while inmates suffered, Madoff was protected. He even petitioned for compassionate release. Denied but telling. His wealth and reputation created space, even behind bars, for dignity, order, and comfort. Segment 4. Sam Bankman-Fried, the tech bro who got a brain-friendly prison setup. Then came Sam Bankman-Fried, crypto's fallen genius. The collapse of FTX vaporized $10 billion. He was charged with fraud and conspiracy, denied bail, and sent to Brooklyn's infamous MDC. The place is chaotic, overcrowded, and crumbling. But not for Sam. He got 11 hours of daily laptop access to prep his case, while others begged for phone time. He was granted a vegan diet. He lived in a separate area, away from violence. He got prescription Adderall, books, and repeated legal access. His cell, quiet, controlled, focused. He wasn't pacing, he was working. Like a founder in a startup. After sentencing, 25 years, he was assigned to FCI Mendota in California. A low-security, quiet prison with a track, music room, and study programs. Sam's prison life. It's built for continuity, stability, maybe even a future comeback.